Quarterbacks Park. John Broker with Liz Entwistle bringing you this quarterfinal between New England Red and New England White. Big clash of teams from the Northeast here in the quarterfinal matchup in the All-Star division. After this, we're going to have a Rising Star semifinal as we roll into the medal rounds here in the National Collegiate Rugby All-Star Weekend. Search for the Shield, and New England White is going to put that one into touch. It's going to be a red line out here. Jamie Phillips lining up to take this one. Exciting matchup.
Absolutely. Yesterday we saw the red team in action going 2-1 in pool play with a point differential of +5. A solid day where they took on the Pack Grizzlies, winning 12-7. They fell to the Midwest 10-20, and they won against the Southeast Bears that we just saw in action, winning the first quarterfinal. That was a mark of 14-6. So tight matches for this red team. This white team 1-2 in action, point differential of -40, but plenty of lessons learned.
Now, there have been a couple of injuries for these teams, so their Rising Stars teams added a couple of players here to their bench. So we're going to do the best we can with the numbers to get you all that. But right now we have Red charging up in there. That's Jamie Phillips. He was a big runner yesterday as the ball comes wide there to Jackson Everts. Everts, they find it wide right now. A little show of the ball. Can they get it out there? Ball bounces back into the hands. Well taken there. It is Kahanu Koi touching down for the first try here for the Independence Red. It didn't take long. Good ball movement from Jackson Everts to get it to the wing. Wonderful try.
Yeah, it's an excellent support line run by Koi, but we saw that start with the line out on the far side of the field, making its way all the way across. As John mentioned, Jamie Phillips in action. He was quite the strike runner yesterday. We'll go back to the replay. Look at this action from the base of the ruck. Bobby Voth, a scrum half to watch in the tournament. Quick hands, taking it before contact, that little bit of the show and go, eats up just enough space, tipped by number 14, but straight into the hands of Koi, and it is New England Red striking first.
And it's Bobby Voth is waiting for a tee to come out here so he can take a shot at this. Voth, the Cleveland native, played at St. Ignatius. Now he's at Boston College as a psychology major. A wonderful player. Done a good job so far. See if he can add this extra 2 for the Independence Red. Quarterfinals here for the Rising Stars. Things shaping up. We'll tell you as we find out. Voth has players charging him, but he's good with that one. 7-0 to New England Independent Red.
Voth hit his mark twice yesterday. We have all of our stats in terms of points scored, try scored, conversions, and penalties. You can access all on the NCR app or on the website.
Yeah, NCR app constantly updating here with players and with what the score statistic leaders are. A great source of information as we go through the day. They'll be updating the matches. Voth has to hesitate a little bit there. Everts was looking for the ball. Not too thrilled with that, but they moved a little wide there. Monjikian went back to take a hold of it. Bit of a miscue between scrum half and fly half, so it's going to be a line out here. We'll see where the referee is. Assistant referee is pointing. The red line out. Couldn't quite see it.
You have to appreciate the patience there in the middle of the field despite the miscommunication. Didn't give up the ball to someone who was not expecting it, because that would have been a launching attack from the New England White defense. So instead, playing a little bit conservatively, but as calmly as you could in that scenario.
Red, another low throw in the lineup if they get it. Voth moves the ball out to a waiting pot of forwards there. Cross their 22, so any kicks are going to have to stay in field. Voth again looking for runners, has a big one. That's Asa Rosenmeyer coming through just on the dummy line. Move it just a little wider. Big run coming. Big handoff there. Nice to the outside. It may be another try coming here for this team from Independent Red. They move that back into Aiden Smith, the Trumbull, Connecticut native from Kutztown. Scores a great try there. Well worked. Some good assists. I just couldn't quite catch the numbers on those players from our spot, but we'll see it hopefully on a replay. And it is 12-0 Independence Red.
This gorgeous running rugby on the far side of the field, taking space in every gap that opened. Right place, right time. Beautiful, beautiful offloads. And look at this, keeping the pace, drawing defenders. We see how much they turned. White, New England White had their hips turned completely to the outside, opening up the space for Smith on the inside. Smith, one of the leading try scorers in the tournament as well, adds another.
Getting assists from players like Philemoni Manu out there from AIC. It just makes it easy days sometimes for Aiden Smith. He was in the right place, working hard, but Philemoni Manu carried a bit of the weight there for that Smith try, and Voth is 2 for 2, so we're at 14.
Love this red tie making the most of their set piece opportunities, spreading the field, keeping the pace going forward. They've got something to prove after that loss yesterday. Plenty of lessons learned in that final match where they fell 20-10 against the Midwest, and now they're back on form.
Little low driving kick there from Independent White, trying something maybe just a little bit different. Running in the middle of the field, big bruising run. We saw a couple of these yesterday. Straightens up, unstoppable at the moment. Well worked there from Independent Red to get themselves across. That's Eric Estienne from Brown University. Quick goes Voth. Red wants to play here. Big hit coming in. We're going to go back for a penalty. It looks like they were not back 10 on that initial penalty, so well worked. They'll probably push this one down to the corner.
Yeah, it was excellent work by New England Red. I counted about 6 stiff arms there, fending off the defense, looking for any seam in any gap, drawing a couple penalties. We'll go back to the replay here on the quick tap by both towards the outside. Timing not quite there, but the not 10 on defense not quite there either.
Great distance on that kick, so they're down there right at the 5-meter line. Good position here for Independent Red to drive this one over. Ball is in Jamie Phillips' hands. Sibasuku at the front there. Rosenmeyer at the back. They're going to go for the 5-player. Yep, Estienne, Tony Zhao. Ball up to Zhao, another Brown player on this team. Heineman comes in on the back of that one. They're shearing off to the side there. Still alive, Independent Red. Looking their way to the try zone there. Ball held up. Referee spots an infraction. So we're going to have a penalty advantage here to Independent Red, but try is scored anyway. They are pouring the points on right away. Independent Red move up to 19. Kick to come near the post.
It's another set piece yielding points for New England Red, and love the action there. Jamie Phillips with the ball in hand on the throw, and he came around the back, was able to join that maul that drove so well, not only driving forward, but towards the middle of the field, drew the potential infraction, but they didn't need the penalty call as they go over the line and add to their lead. It is New England Red dominating the match so far. So we'll go back to this line out and we'll look again. Number 2 coming around in motion. A clean line out, a clean tank off the top. But this way they are able to peel off the maul, keep the momentum going forward, legally coming around, joining from the back, keeping the ball moving, driving. And then going over the line, New England.
New England Red, good start to the day here. Voth is going to knock this one through, so they're at 21. New England coached by Dave LaFlamme from Brown, Kyle Sumption from Dartmouth, and Edward Turbity from Northeastern. Good coaching staff for this New England Red side. Didn't win it last year, one of the 2 before, so they're looking to get back to the finals game here. Had 1 loss yesterday, so it'll be interesting to see how they put things together today. New England White kicks that one off through Connolly. Red still on the break here. Taula from St. Bonaventure puts it onto one of the big boys. They are just powering their way through. You see them working their way towards midfield, excuse me. Waking up myself here. We're going to go back for an earlier penalty against New England White. They will most likely opt for the kick to the line out again.
It was a powerful run by New England Red. It looked like it was number 19, Jordan Chappell. That was the ball carrier that opened up enough space there. It is Red with possession, Red with the penalties, and it is New England Red, again, kicking to touch, looking for the line out.
Taula, the business management major, was in Rugby Football LA's Senior Academy.
And we're going back to the play. So there is that run. Indeed it is. Number 19, Jordan Chappell, getting that leg drive, getting that go forward, drawing in about 7 White defenders.
Independent Red, about 30 meters out from Independent White's line. Put that one up again to Tony Zhao. In the middle of the field they go. Jackson Everts in the fly half roll. Aiden Smith moves that one. Nice little show there again from Philemoni Manu. Manu gets that ball away to Coy. Coy to the ground. They're about 15 meters out. Real head of steam for this team. Jordan Chappell, well hit by Independent White. They come back across again. Heineman gets a hold of it. Heineman looking for a runner. Heineman has to take it to the ground. Voth looking back has Rosenmeyer. Rosenmeyer's going to Step back a bit there. White trying to make something happen. They tear that one away. First opportunity really at offense for this New England Independent White team. White puts it back, then you kick it again. Ball is in field. Dangerous back line here. This is not Jackson Everts, but wearing a 22. We'll have to get this sorted out for you. So I get a few changes in here. And White takes the ball back again. Across they come, working their way to their own 40-meter line. It was Abdel Salam at the scrum half roll. Moves that ball on. Independent White continues to come through Jonah Lee. The ball up to Richard King. Advantage here, penalty advantage for Independent White. Sean Murphy, wearing number 28, was hovering around that one, but they're going to go back for the penalty at the 40-meter line. First real opportunity to get into Independent Red territory for this White team.
Absolutely, finally seeing a sustained flow of play. That was the one time that Red wasn't able to convert off of their line out, looking to go out wide, and White finally putting some pressure on defensively at that ruck, able to strip the ball, get the turnover, looking sideline to sideline a tad bit themselves, but maintaining possession, and now finally crossing the halfway line.
Yeah, getting into this territory, a good opportunity for them. They're down 21-0. We're about 11 minutes gone. Independent White, coached by Philip Ciccarelli from UMass and Stephen Diamantopoulos from UMass Lowell. See Bradley DiGiacomo at the back, Murphy at the front, bringing these players in here, put it up to Coffey, but taken down by Independent Red. Here comes Phillips. He's been excellent all weekend long as the ball comes back to the 50-meter line. Voth looking for some runners. Little chip here. Well read coming back by Independent White from Richard Wofford. Wofford taken down by Coy. Ball gets ripped away. We have a scrum advantage here. Everts moves it quick. They're going across field. Basuku has it. Just pushes that ball on and winds up in the hand of New England White. A referee is going to bring us all the way back. Referee is Danny O'Shea with Chris Gower and Vian Engelbrecht as the assistant referees for this matchup.
So some back and forth and some bobbles. A long advantage being played, but no advantage gained by New England Red. We'll go back to the replay here. So we look at the coverage with this chip downfield. Red in the right place, looking to strip. Knocked forward on the recovery attempt by number 14, Richard Wofford, and White. The ball bouncing around. So again, there's no advantage gained. There was no forward. There was no clean passes away. So we'll reset with the scrum.
Chris Casper comes into the game. Came up from Independent White. Casper from Durham, Connecticut. Played at Mid-State Rugby, now playing at University of Kentucky.
We've seen Kentucky players across 3 different programs in the tournament so far, a program that has grown in prominence in recent years. Representatives from their compatriots in Kentucky and Louisville as well, across both Great Lakes and the Midwest team. Something to keep an eye on as we progress through the semifinals today.
Yeah, they really want to just get the best players playing, whether it's their home territory where they live or where their school is. They give a little bit of leeway on that, which is fantastic here at the NCR All-Star Weekend. Voth gets that one in again. Voth off the back. He is hit by his opposite number. Not too hard as they move this ball across field. Nice shape up the front there. Little dummy pass, and off they go. Penalty, however, at that contact area against Independent Red, so it's a White ball.
New England White doing well to buy themselves this penalty. We saw the way that their defense was realigning, stacking towards the far side of the field. All hips were turned that way. That would have left options to the Red to the other side. So when we look at body shape, body position, and what is being shown, what is being given by these teams, something, again, to keep an eye on as the tournament progresses.
Line out here to Independent White, taking a little time. Just about 5.5 minutes left in this first half. 20-minute halves here. Quarterfinals will be leading to semifinals and finals later in the day. New England White up to the front of the line out. Hit messy there. Players dropping all over the place, but Jeffrey Papalardo took that one down well for Independent White. They get the ball to Braden Wallace, another Brown University member of this Independence wider squad. As the ball comes to Connolly. Connolly gets a ball away, and there's a break coming here from Kirkland. Kirkland has been good. Sneaks out of the tackle. He's headed towards the try line. This is a great individual effort as he goes over, and he touches down. And Independent White puts their first try on the board, 21-5.
An excellent effort by New England White. We saw poise under pressure and being able to keep your feet with solid body position, receiving the pass, and then allowing that stop, start, and go again. So breaking through the contact here and breaking through the entire New England Red line of defense. Again, winning at the contact point, keeping those feet moving, keeping alive, taking that bit of an angle. He doesn't need any support, although he had it. Kevin Kirkland going over the line for New England White.
He is a junior from Providence College, from West Hartford, Connecticut. Computer science major in Providence for the Friars. Lining up here, trying to put another 2 on the board for Independent White. It'd bring it to 21-7. Match getting just a little bit closer here. It was all Independent Red at the beginning.
It truly was. Independent Red showing off so much poise with possession and poise with all of their set pieces. But now New England White able to take advantage of some of these breaks in the field. We did see it, as John mentioned, in the red lineout. One of their players going down. They'd been so clean on all their offensive lifts. That defensive lift then took a player out of contention and opened up enough space on the field for White to take advantage.
Kick from Colin Beek there takes it 21-7. Beek from University of Vermont from Morristown, New Jersey. Independent Red to kick this one off as we're about 3.5 minutes left in this first half. High hanging kick gets inside the 22, but well taken. Red lines up their defense. They're going to keep this ball in hand. Is Independent White. Good work there from Richard King. He's been good for this Independent White team, the University of Rhode Island student from Cranston, Rhode Island. Abdel Salam finds another forward runner out to that right-hand side. A referee spots a penalty advantage against the Independent Red. And try to keep ball in hand. They go to the back. Crossfield kick attempt. May come back to the penalty if he catches his one. They will do. So penalty here for Independent White. That was a free play for them. Didn't work out, so they'll bring it back across the field.
Not bad play selection there. Again, trying to make something happen. 2.5 minutes left to go here in the opening half of play. But with that penalty advantage, may as well go for it. Fielded cleanly by New England Red, therefore no advantage gained.
Just a little push, a nudge in there, just inside the 40-meter line they go. So it's going to be a line out here for Independent White. Opportunity about 2 minutes to go in this half to bring it to just a one-try game if they can make this happen. Up next on Stadium Field, we have a Rising Stars semifinal. Free kick here. White ball again. They're going to go quick with this one. Looking for some runners. Defense is back just fine. Looking across the field. Abdel Salam comes to this right-hand side. Little tip pass there. Joseph Church takes it in. Another URI player on this Independence White team. A referee nearly getting involved in that tackle. They're going to keep it alive, however. Coming out to Church again. Church looking to break through that line. Casper has his attention, trying to rip that ball away. Gets driven out of there. They come back across to Connolly. And a red player stuck in there will be penalized. So we'll see what the choice is here for Independent White.
We saw an excellent shape and excellent support out of Independent White, able to get that ball moving across the field, and that was coming from the initial set piece. We saw them stacked with their forwards. That provided them a lot of opportunity to take this ball towards this near sideline, but with the support they needed to prevent Red from the jackal or the turnover at the tackle.
A line out coming here for Independent White. Just 5 meters out, 30 seconds on the game clock for this. There could be a little referee's time. They could cut the lead to one converted try here. See where they decide to go. Looking at the middle of the line out here. The ball over the top, winds up in independent white hands again. Didn't go forward. Referee's fine with it. They're going to break off to this right-hand side, looking for this try. Late in the half here, Red needs to play very patient and intelligent defense here. Another pick and go. Red trying to get in and dig that one away. Doesn't happen. And next player up. And not going to make it to the line. Looking one more time here. A referee has spotted something here. Another penalty against Red, so opportunity for independent white. That's way too many players latched onto the ball there, but referee was just glancing in the other direction. Players just working across there. They're at the line. Can they get themselves over? Referee on the spot. Seems awarded a penalty against white that time. Didn't quite see what it was for. Pardon us, but independent Red, good job on defense there. We're at the 20-minute mark. They can just toe this one and kick it out most likely. It looks like Everett's going to step up. And they're going to take the line out and go for another opportunity here. Our independent Red, they are not done with this half yet.
We go back to the low body position of both those teams at that goal line stance, keeping the ball alive, looking to maintain possession, and it is New England Red able to come away with the penalty. We saw them low and patient as well, establishing their post players, making sure that they are managing the ruck and not giving them the space over or behind it as well.
Afa Santa's in the game, an AIC prop wearing number 28 there. Ball goes up to Zhao. Zhao has been their main line-out target. Players need to hang on to him there. They're piling their way over. Our independent white looked like player came off their feet, so we have another penalty advantage here. But a bit of a miscue there from independent Red at that line-out. Tony Zhao came down with the ball. His players just released him, and he got tackled right away. And Everts, the University of the College of the Holy Cross student, steps up. He's going to put this one in a touch and look for another line-out here, attacking line-out for independent Red.
We'll certainly expect to see the ball in the hands of Zhao. Again, he's been such a reliable line-out jumper for this New England Red team across both days of the tournament, and something that is so valuable here in this all-star competition. When we look at the set pieces, that has been an area where day two has been far better than day one, but Zhao has been one of the most reliable in terms of the line-out.
And they do go to Zhao again. Voth has it. They have a forward pod running here. Ball slips just a bit there, but on forward they go. Voth has runners going either way. They go in behind, looking for the space out wide. They find Jamie Phillips. He has been a menace down the touchline. It gets steps into touch right there, but ball ripped away by independent white, so still alive. We're 3 minutes past the 20-minute mark here. As the ball spills, it's on the ground. Came to Phillips. We're going to have another penalty against independent Red. Player coming in from the side. We'll see what white decides to do with this one.
So it's an uncharacteristic error by Jamie Phillips as he was streaking down this near sideline, and instead of just taking the tackle to touch that would have ended the half, tries to keep the ball alive, gives White the opportunity. White's going to end the half. They take it upon themselves, and they are going to go into halftime trailing 21-7.
And that's halftime here. We'll be back in about 5 minutes with second half action. Independent Red lead independent White in this NCR All-Star quarterfinal. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Rugby is all about feeling. The feeling when you crouch, when you bind, when you set. The feeling when you go into that first defender. The feeling when you make that first tackle. The feeling when you take that first hit. We are that feeling. We are contact. We are Rhino.
Let's get ready. Major League Rugby is now.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year.
The Rugby Network is giving you all the free MLR content you want, live and on demand. Never miss a hit, never miss a try, never miss your team. MLR on TRN. Never miss a match.
Welcome back to Silverbacks Park. It is 21-7, Independent Red over Independent White. John Broker with Liz Entwistle bringing you this quarterfinal matchup. NCR National Collegiate Rugby All-Star Weekend. Good end of the first half for Independent White. Couldn't convert it into points, but it should be a competitive second half.
Yeah, Red is not making many mistakes, but when they do, White has been there to create turnovers and create opportunities, finally finding themselves in the red half of the field. It was all Red to start the match.
Winner of this advances to a semifinal. Casper comes down with that ball. The freshman from Kentucky. Independent White working hard here. Draw the penalty at the breakdown. Players just holding on to that ball on the ground there. Good work to push it around the contact area. Must have been a message from halftime from the coaches.
Yeah, enough of a challenge there that White is able to come away with the ball. And we saw them patient, flat in defense. Love that they're finding their form and finding their continuity together. We'll see what they can do off this penalty. Almost certainly a line out to come.
The winner of this game plays the winner of Great Lakes versus Pacific Coast. Another quarterfinal taking place as we speak on another field.
And we'll look ahead to our other semifinal, the winners of the first round matches. We saw the Southeast Bears take down Tri-State 34-14, and it was the Midwest Barbarians blinking the Mid-Atlantic Sharks 52-0.
Well, big result there. Midwest looking strong. Certainly ball up. Red tries to disrupt it. Comes down to Independent White, but a referee seems to have spotted a knock on in there. So we'll come back for a scrum here to Independent Red.
So look again here on the line out. We saw it going off the outside hand of New England White. This is going to give New England Red that attacking scrum.
Big battle here. These scrums have been working together in their training sessions, so they know a bit about each other. Red will probably want to move this one fairly quickly.
Looking as a scrum resets, and we see the stacked formation of the Red backs. An exit strategy to come, as they're nearly all flat along the goal line, but a little bit of extra support there behind the first receiver.
Big drive coming in from White. They break off the back. Independent Red on the move. That's Phillips at the number 8 position at the moment. Voth looking back to this left-hand side. Has some runners. Just going to set this up, possibly making some room for a kick here, unless they want to keep running. And White again attacking around the breakdown there. And they go back. Ball slips out of Manu's hands there. A bit of a mistake. But we have an advantage from the referee. Ball seems to have gone straight down. Or maybe not an advantage. I think he just said the ball went backwards. So Independent Red is still on the move here. Just inside their own 22. Players lined up. Looks like they're shaping here for a kick from Voth from the base. And they do indeed hang one up in the air. Are they going to keep this one in field? They are not. It's going to be an Independent White line out about 30 meters out. Bit of a slow start to the second half, 2.5 minutes in. We'll see if we can get a good attacking line out here from this Independent White team.
Yeah, this match has certainly settled into play. What we saw there, too, with the choice by Red to go towards that far side line, just lofting the kick up, is that we had 4 white backs setting up for a kick receipt. Recognize the same thing that John saw. We look again at body shapes and position, the way the players plant their feet, the way they're set up to receive, and what their first step is going to be. White read it well, but White turns over in the lineout.
And ball is back in Phillips' hands. He seems to be on the spot for everything. Voth looks a little forward pod there. Big collision. Good hit coming in from Connor Willett. The ball rolls to Voth there. Running back for a penalty. Just knocked out of his hands, or a high tackle. So Independent Red able to move this one downfield. Not the most exciting 3 minutes of rugby we've had so far, but trying to pick it up here, get a little flow, will be Independent Red.
That is one of the things so different with these 20-minute halves and looking at tournament-style play. You know, Red in the lead with the 2-try lead. In the game of 7s, the most dangerous lead. A little more secure in the game of 15s.
Red pushes it into the Independent White half.
So look again at the contact made. Red with a solid go forward. We see the advantage arm go up by the referee. Voth must have just gotten tipped because he's been on form all weekend long. One of the stellar scrum halves in this event.
Ball up to Zhao again. Drive coming in here from Independent White, trying to move that one back, but they're going to get themselves free. A little pass up to Phillips. This time he has to recycle it. Voth, quick ball. Ball winds up. And one of the players come up from Independent Blue. We'll get that number for you before the next game. Everett has a hold of the ball here. They're going to come around the back. Little miscue, but they're going to go wide again to one of the newer players in the game. Again, we'll get those for the semifinal should Independent Red get there. They were just brought up from the Independent Blue side prior to this matchup. Takes a while for our system to get there. And by system, I mean us looking at it.
We saw New England Red on the front foot going forward, and we're going to get a replay here. So the catch, the pass, and the timing not quite on. Ball going to ground, but before that, too, we saw a catch where the player had to stop his run and kind of catch behind him, still maintaining possession of the ball, but it stifled the action that they had set, the action they had going. So enough by White to kind of disrupt a little bit of that timing. And now we get a scrum here on the near sideline.
An Independent White scrum here. Connolly puts that one in, but taken away by Independent Red. Do not see that too often these days. Tight head. So from defense to offense they go. Everett's looking for the ball. Big push forward. They've got a scrum penalty advantage. So free play for Everett. Gets it by Frost. Looking to go a little wider there. Nguyen. Sorry. Goes Schlager, not Nguyen, the wrong team there. Everett's a nice little pass. They're looking at it. Here comes Phillips. He may be unstoppable from here. He is at the try line. He is over again, and that is Jamie Phillips. Another try in this tournament, and they have taken a lead up to 26 to Independent Red.
So we mentioned Phillips before. He rarely makes an error. He does so well at the back of the scrum, moving into that number 8 position, keeping the ball in as Red is driving forward after the steal, and then makes his way all around the field. So again, here to the scrum, we see it in the tunnel, bouncing off of the shins of New England White, giving Red the ball. Flankers heads up, and Phillips keeping that ball alive, keeping it moving forward, both at the back, then getting the release when he wants it. But the way Phillips comes around to go to that far sideline, this is a man on the move. One of my favorite players of the tournament.
Yeah, he certainly knows how to get to his position quickly. They are doing very well. Both lining up for another kick here. First try of the second half, about 6.5 minutes in. Wind picking up a little bit here. Kind of a chilly, raw morning here in Atlanta. Voth lines it up. This one's going to fall just a bit short. So it'll be a restart from Independent White, down 26-7 at the moment. 7 minutes gone in this second half.
It's a difficult kick attempt by Voth on that far sideline, and not much space for his approach as well. We saw him and his body shape, the way he'd have to come on the ball, he'd have to hook it significantly to get around. But with not having that deep far sideline, not many options there, especially when you're looking to get that angle and come around.
Voth gets it again inside the 22, launches it into touch. You may think that Independent Red at this point may just slow things down a little bit and conserve some energy going into a semifinal, potentially, barring a big comeback here from Independent White.
Absolutely. We look at game management and the tempo of the game, and the directives, of course, coming from skilled coaches on the sideline. John has highlighted quite a few of these college programs, but many of these players coming from teams with championship appearances, be it Dartmouth, be it Brown, be it Holy Cross, and more. These are skilled athletes, and they know that they still have 2 more games of rugby, hopefully, to come.
Phillips has the ball again. He's going to move this one to Casper. Casper's going to move a little wider. Everts is going to get it out there. Schlager is going to look to find some space. Pops that ball back up. Well done to get it to Estienne. Estienne gets that ball out. One of our newer players there. I'm going to look him up in just a minute. He's getting the ball quite a bit. Number 26. Brought up due to injury here. Here comes Phillips again. He's in the middle of the field this time. And a penalty against Independent White there, so opportunity for Red. Opportunity to go for points here, or excuse me, points or the corner. See what they decide to do.
So thinking again of this game management, about 10 and a half minutes left to play here in the second half, opting for the line out. It has been such a solid platform for them. It's just a question of, are they going for 3 points or are they going for 7? Phillips with the ball in hand. We saw their successes to start the half.
That we've been seeing there. Got the updated roster. We'll get it as best we can. Liam Pearl into the game. And they do go to Zhao again in the line, and he has to reach over to the other side. Zhao. Red working towards the line slowly. Referee managing everything here. You see some of the players from White just breaking on the ground. There goes Phillips. Player from White off his feet. Ooh, not according to the referee. Saying that Phillips was holding that one in. The player from White, I thought, had lost his footing there, but quick enough, strong enough to get that ball and get a turnover from the ref.
Yeah, so very similar to the lineout that we saw in the first half where Phillips came around and was driving the maul. This time doesn't quite go to the same form, and New England White with enough pressure to create the turnover.
Certainly do. Just about 10 minutes gone, halfway through the second half.
So we just saw half of a cleat break off on the field.
Oh, that's why that player left the field. That's why a player leaving without somebody coming in there, so that would explain it.
So go to a replay here with the maul off of the line out. Phillips, again, attacking towards the outside. He gets the one move forward. He places back towards his team, but can't quite release. I believe that's going to be the call that drew the penalty to New England White.
New England White just waiting for the replacement player here. It's going to be their line out inside their 22. New England White. Matthew Bant gets that ball in. Abdel Salam gets it away, and in the middle of the field they go with a bit of a starter play. Abdel Salam looking to the left, goes to the right. Little chip in over the top. Was that player impeded? There is indeed. So we have an advantage here for Independent White. Impeded the kicker right after it, and not the smartest thing I've seen all weekend. So there you get the choice for where the infraction happened, because you just kicked, or where the kick landed. So they brought it up there about 40 feet or 45 meters out from their own line. And Connolly is going to put that one in touch. So another line out here for Independent White.
So go back to the action on the field. We see White with the placement. The pass back inside of the 22. The nudge forward, but again, as John mentioned, the kicker impeded from chasing. And that gives White possession in
Tony
red
Zhao,
territory.
uncharacteristic. Ball up to Independent White. Not the lineup throw they wanted, but it got there at the end of the day. So Concannon, who's been an excellent number 4 for this Independent White team, gets it. And Afasant picks that one off, and the big boy is on the run. The prop from AIC. He breaks another one. He looks like he's going for the line. It's everybody's favorite play of the weekend. It's Afasant. It's AIC. It's New England Independent Red. What an individual effort, and what speed for the big man. I've seen him play a lot. I haven't seen him hit that gear. Wonderful work from Afasant.
A fantastic burst, and as we mentioned, it wasn't quite the play that White was looking for off of that line out, and that created opportunity. So we look again here at the carry, going into contact, cleaning up the miscue, number 4 for White, but look at this, just a little tip, and he's off to the races. He's going to take it 60 meters back downfield, breaking the tackle. A little bit of that dummy over the shoulder, and it does enough. But look at that, too, over the line, keeping his feet in. That's a hard man to take down, and he is added to the New England Red lead.
I would pay attention to the NCR socials pretty soon, because I feel like that one's going to make it up there. Afasant, what a play. What a fun thing to see this morning here in Atlanta. Up next, we're going to have the Rising Stars. It's going to be a semifinal between the Tri-State Foundry and the Southeast Bears. And we'll come back with semifinals after that. Finals to come later in the day.
Yeah, John was looking across the pools, and it does seem that we're going to have rematches of our final pool play games yesterday. If things hold, we should see the Midwest Barbarians taking on the Southeast Bears. Again, that was a match yesterday that was 15-12, a tight one. And then if this score holds, we should see Independent Red most likely taking on the Great Lakes Thunderbirds. And so opportunities here to really showcase what teams have taken away from those matches yesterday and how their coaches make these changes and grow.
And now these teams have seen each other once, right? So they know how the other team plays, they know who to look out for. So it should be some interesting matches later in the day. As we head toward the Ultimate Medal rounds later on today, everything on the Rugby Network here at National Collegiate Rugby's All-Star Weekend. Next weekend here in Atlanta will be All-Star Women's Weekend. Another phenomenal event as Eric Estienne breaks through again, finds a little space. He's been a good hard runner. Has Estienne, ball goes up in the air. It's going to drop. White is going to catch it right near the touchline. Good catch by Connolly. Had a couple of players with him there. The referee on the spot, looking for people to replace that. Del Salam gets a hold of it. Gets the ball up to Willett. Connolly again. Looked like he was going to kick a little further and hangs one up. Comes down into the hands of an absolute waiting and flying Philemoni Manu, another AIC player. He can't quite replicate his teammates' long distance run and Afasant, but they're going to come out. It's going to get to Jackson Everetts. It drops on the ground, but doesn't get knocked forward. Fell right in front of him, so Voth has it. Voth. A little messy play here. Phillips hangs the ball up. It's back in Voth's hands. They should just settle this down, most likely. Independence Red, just get going. So Voth has to take it to the ground. They're without a distributor at the moment. And penalty against Independent White for players coming in off their feet. So it will be the time to slow it down, and Everett's looking to the corner.
100%. We saw like frantic broken play, and in those scenarios, sometimes getting your own teammate to ground, getting that knee down, making sure that there's a tackle, there's a ruck, there's an offside line, and controlling pace. It is 4 minutes and change left to play, depending on our referee's time. But this is a time where Red can just really look to possess, to hold. They don't need to push anything. If you're White, you're looking for one more moment, because this is going to be their final game of the day. We'll see how these last few minutes unfold. So we just got a score update on field 1. It is currently 15-10. The Thunderbirds are leading the Pac Coast Grizzlies. Also a correction, we did see the upset, if you will, with the Bears against the Foundry. So setting up some stellar semifinals all the same.
Independent White, meanwhile, has taken down that line out defensively. So they're on a break here. Independent White making a big break there. Ball in hand. The referee spots something here with the assistant referee. So penalty against Independent Red. They're going to go quickly. Abdel Salam gets the ball up there to Concannon. Concannon puts his sizable frame in, the senior from UMass. We're looking at a little pick and go here. Ball up. The waiting hands of Sean Murphy, but he can't get too far. Abdel Salam coming across the field. Gets the ball to Omelveni. Omelveni into the contact. There's just one player out to the right-hand side here. They're going to come back the other direction and get it to Concannon. Concannon takes a pretty good shot that time. Another pick and go. Time winding down here. 2.5 on the game clock. Independent looking for more points to get another penalty. Independent Red don't want to get any cards here. Going to have to get themselves back. They've gotten to the line. Looking to get going there. That's Colin Beek. Once again, going to the pick and go game. Red playing more defense than they probably want to at this point in the game. With a semifinal looming against Great Lakes winning right now. Jackson Everts spots that one. He's going to hoof it downfield. Good turnover from Independent Red. The foot race is on. Philemoni Manu coming on hard here. Philemoni Manu gets nearly over that missed ball. We're going to come back to a penalty. Penalty player played it on the ground as they rolled away. Manu's going to get going. Manu looking for some runners. Gets it to Everts. Everts had some runners out wide. And off they go, and who else is going to be in the right spot but Jamie Phillips to touchdown. Another try for Independent Red.
Red going the distance, goal line to goal line, so patient on defense. We saw their wall set. We saw them lining up on the inside shoulder. They were waiting for White to come to them rather than trying to force an issue and creating a gap. They come away with a turnover. Everts with a gorgeous of a kick downfield. It's weighted well. It buys his team time. And we get a favorable bounce as well, and we get pressure here on the chase by Manu, getting over the ball, draws a penalty, White not releasing, and he takes the quick tap numbers to the left-hand side of the field, and of course it is Phillips on that sideline doing what he does best and scoring another try. New England Red extending their lead, but more importantly, that key turnover, shifting some positive momentum to end the match.
We're right at 40 minutes on our clock here. So game winding down. Independent Red up 36-7. Looking to add to that. And they do. So 38-7. Referee checks his watch. There's a little bit of time left. So we will have a restart here from Independent White. Kind of their last gasp here as Independent White will exit this tournament at the quarterfinals. Independent Red move on to the semis. As we said, it was 15-10 Great Lakes over Pacific Coast. Ball goes over the head of one of the Independent Red players, winds up in Chris Casper's hands. Casper. Ball might have been lost here. Just got word that it is a final for Great Lakes. 15-10. Ball in this game, however, bounces into Independent Red's hand. A referee sees a couple of knock-ons there, looks at his watch, and says, we have time for another scrum. Right at midfield will be Independent White.
A little bit of extra time, a little bit of extra set piece work here. Yesterday we did see this New England Independent Red team causing quite a lot of issues with their scrum. The power that they have especially shifted in their left hand prop, loose head prop, left and loose, and their hooker caused some disruptions where other teams have had to make tactical substitutions and realign their front rows. So this will be a fascinating semifinal matchup to come.
Certainly will be some great contrasting styles. Good players across the board there. Ball in, just sitting under Independent White, nearly rolled the other way. They're going to break off the back through Joseph Church. Church powers his way forward, gets a couple of extra meters there. They have some forwards. They have Concannon. Concannon into that one as they come a little wider. Try to get the ball over. It's down into the hands of Pearl. Pearl holding off his opposite number there. Pearl breaks by another one. Pearl looking for the try line. Can't find it on his own. Works the ball back in there. And they continue on the move. That was Schlager, but a referee spots a knock on. We're going to wind up the game here. Independent Red are going to move on to the semifinals. That's that one, 38-7. We're going to step aside. Be right back with a Rising Stars semifinal in a moment. Stick with us on the Rugby Network.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Let's get ready. Major League Rugby is now.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year.
The Rugby Network is giving you all the free MLR content you want, live and on demand. Never miss a hit, never miss a try, never miss your team. MLR on TRN. Never miss a match.